Hello, I'm Katie Bavard, and welcome to Podcast Salad, the video podcast about video podcasting. This episode of Podcast Salad is brought to you by Sticker Giant. For the world's largest selection of stickers, visit stickergiant.com. It's Thursday, November 30th, and it's time to mix up some fresh podcast salad. Cute with Chris is a daily humor podcast with a purpose. The show regularly features adoptable pets. This week, Chris examines the black dog syndrome.
Black dogs.
Why do they have such a difficult time getting adopted? Black shelter dogs, particularly large black shelter dogs, have a difficult time getting adopted. They are usually overlooked in favor of lighter colored dogs. One of the reasons given by would-be adopters is that it is more difficult to see a black dog in its kennel. Look closely. There's a dog in there. Do you see it? Not as clearly as this one.
I wonder if there's such a thing as a black cat syndrome. Camera phones have revolutionized how people take pictures. The Virtual Magician's video podcast shows us how Marco Tempest does street magic using just his camera phone.
That's a really nice umbrella. I'm gonna ask if I can borrow it for just a moment to show you some magic. Could I borrow your umbrella for just a moment? Yeah. And I'm gonna pass you my camera phone. Maybe you want to shoot what I'm doing right here. Can everybody still see the umbrella?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Here we go. One more time. And do you see what just happened? Something very strange just happened. Look at this. The umbrella got very, very tiny.
Little umbrellas. I prefer mine in a pina colada. Heather and Suzanne of the Girls on Film podcast tell us about their universal rating system and what that means to their overseas viewers.
This week, we reviewed the new Bond film, Casino Royale, and For Your Consideration, the new Christopher Guest film. Mm-hmm. And as we've told you before, we have a unique and now universally acceptable rating system.
I think so.
So if, when you say to Netflix it and you live in Australia, you would translate that to Big Pond Movie It. I'm not fooling around.
And if you're in the UK and we say catch it on cable, it means catch it on cable.
So that's what Catch It on Cable means. The sketch comedy group Kasper Hauser is a foursome from San Francisco with a video podcast. In this episode, they show us what to do if you're injured by an unscrupulous sensei.
Hi, I'm Gene Butterfield. Has you or someone you know been injured in a dojo by an unscrupulous sensei? If so, get help. Here at Glinder and Glinder, we specialize in karate law. Not only am I a green belt in karate, I am also a green belt in hapshatsu. And one place I don't get my ass kicked is in a court of law.
Glinder and Glinder got me this check for my dojo entry. Take that, sensei. Hard Drinkin Lincoln is an animated podcast by Mondo Media, the same folks who brought you Happy Tree Friends. In this episode, the American icon tells us the best place to meet women while in Calcutta.
I mean, a nice woman, there's only one way to do it. In a bar. Let's go. So, are you drunk enough to be charming?
I fear I'm about to lose my lunch by vomiting.
Just use those lines I gave you and you'll score.
They call me Mahatma. Will you be Mahatmama?
One thing I don't want to see in a bar is a man in a diaper. If you have a question, would like to see your video podcast featured on Podcast Salad, or if you want to sponsor an episode of Podcast Salad, you can contact us by emailing Katie at podcastsalad.com. I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching Podcast Salad. Yeah.